I might have just made the worst financial decision of my car content career. So I recently sold my 1994 Mazda Miata and bought this beautiful car instead. A 2011 Volkswagen Golf base model. Now why I actually sold the Mazda Miata is because I'm going to be going up to college in less than 2 months, and I need a car that can handle North Dakota winters. If you've ever been up to North Dakota, they can be very harsh and quite dangerous for a sub 2,000 pound car that's rear wheel drive. Now I chose this thing because it's front wheel drive. I got it for incredibly cheap. It was only $4,500 and the body's in really good condition. There's very little rust and it's only a small bubble underneath the car. And the best part about it is it's only got 88,000 miles on it. Now it does have its weak points that we will address here. First things first, we've got this absolutely awful wheel fitment. Probably fit a small child up in there. We've got these headlights. They're like okay, but we're gonna need some better ones of those. And over in the rear over here, we've got these very stock taillights and a very little lip. Very little. We're gonna need to fix that. When we look down here, it's got a dual tip exhaust that sounds incredibly quiet like this. Now I don't know about you, but that sounded like a vacuum cleaner, to say the least. Now this car isn't perfect. It's got its dings, it's got its scratches. Looking inside the car, it's a little dirty here, and the headliner is sagging quite a bit. But overall, it's in pretty decent shape. It's got some scratches right there, and this is the little bit of rust we were talking about. So really low rust, but it could definitely use some coilovers. Use some rims. These hubcaps aren't gonna do the job, to say the least, once I start modifying it out. But honestly, she ain't too bad. She ain't too bad. All the body lines line up beautifully. Now let's get into the master plan of everything I want to do to this car. Now firstly, next week I will be doing a whole stereo kit for the car. I've got a Kenwood stereo already all figured out. The mounting software is on its way, and it's gonna be a lot nicer once I can finally have CarPlay and Spotify all just in the head unit instead of having to look down at my phone and switch music as I go. And then in the following weeks, I will be saving up for my biggest purchase of the project, which is a set of rims and coilovers. Now I'm doing them at the same time, so then I only have to pay for one alignment job. I don't want to have to pay for multiple because I'm going to be in college very soon here, and another $150 is just going to hurt my wallet more. Once that's done, I might splurge a little and get a lip or headlights or tail lights or whatever I'm feeling like while I'm saving up for my next thing, which is an exhaust kit. Currently I'm looking into the Magma Flow exhaust kits because the special thing about the base Golfs instead of the GTIs is this base Golf has a 2.5 liter inline 5, which is the same engine from an RS3 just without the turbo. So it has the same firing order and exhaust note as half of a Lamborghini or Audi V10, which is pretty cool, and they sound pretty sick once they're all exhausted up. And then after that, it's just final tweaks, maybe tint, maybe some TLC to that sagging roof like we looked at. But other than that, I mean, this thing doesn't need all too much, just a few big things, and she'll be looking great in no time. Alright, so now that we're actually in the car, driving it, first things first, it's super comfortable, alright? We got semi-buckets with the stitched cloth interior, just super comfortable, super nice. We got heated seats in this John. The radio's, the speakers sound really good, the radio itself kind of sucks, but I love how this thing rides. It's very playful, actually surprisingly similar to the Miata in terms of playfulness. It is quite a bit quicker though, off the line, on speed and everything. It's just a little bit faster, and for daily driving, it handles just as good for daily driving. I won't be taking this thing to the track or anything like that, so I'm not super worried about it. Being a handling monster, I'm not super worried about it pushing a ton of power. Biggest thing for this is comfortability, daily drivability, and how it looks. Alright, so let's actually take this to a windier road and see how it holds up. Now, one of the biggest things between this and the Miata is this thing is incredibly quiet on the interior. In the Miata, it sounded like there's an active hurricane, and throughout here, it's just kind of relaxed, chill, super comfortable. Another major difference between this thing and the Miata is the fact that in the Miata, throughout towns, you could just sit in fifth throughout the entire town. Above 30 miles an hour, fifth gear is honestly the sweet spot for fuel economy. And for this car, if you're going even 35 in fifth, you're gonna really glug out the engine. It's gonna go like it's not gonna like that at all. So having to keep it in fourth instead of fifth has kind of messed me up a little bit a few times here. And another thing is, with how much faster this car is, I will sometimes forget that it's in fourth because I can't really hear how loud it is like I could for the Miata. So I'll be going 65 miles an hour in fourth gear and be sitting at like 2200 RPMs, which isn't terrible. But then I'll be like, oh wait, it's in fourth, so then I'll shift it into fifth, and I'll be like, wow, this thing is just completely quiet. Now we're pulling up on some curves here, some windier road, and it's honestly just gliding through this. So whenever I took this road on the Miata, it's a blast to drive this road on the Miata because the Miata feels a lot more chaotic, yet still in control, and this is just smooth as butter. Some of these curves say you should take them at the advisories like 40 miles an hour, and taking these at the actual speed limit of like 55 or 60 is really doable, and you don't really feel it thanks to the semi-bucket seats. You're not really going like this or like that. You're just kind of smoothly driving the vehicle. Now, I honestly love driving this thing. It's a blast to drive. It's a blast to be able to be in second gear going 45, 50 miles an hour and just like you can hit it and it just goes. While the Miata you would hit it and it would be like, wow, but it wouldn't go like a vehicle of this caliber would, which is crazy to be saying because this vehicle only makes 170 horsepower, and most people say it's a dog, that it's really slow, all of this. But coming from a Miata, this car feels well-powered, well-balanced. It's handling these very nicely. I'm not going above 65, but like some of these curves will even say like 35 on them, and it's so smooth. It feels amazing to drive this thing. As a daily, you can't really complain. And I keep on saying as a daily because this thing is not a performance car. It's not like the Miata where you get in it and you expect something to happen. You get in this thing and you just kind of like expect a smooth ride. You get into like a Miata or an actual performance car, you kind of expect it to be a little punchier, a little everything like that. And this car is just not built to be that. This car is an amazing cruiser, fits loads of stuff in the back. When I mounted the tires, I was able to fit all the tires and a whole list of Walmart returns from my mother. It's absolutely no issue. Alright, well, that's my review of the drive. Super proud of this thing. Awesome car. I love it. Now, this is a completely new era for me, coming from a Miata Instagram account to a whole Driven by Oren YouTube page and stuff like that. So if you want to see a broke incoming college student build a clean, static car in his driveway, you've come to the right place. Next week we're doing the stereo mounting installation, and you better hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next week.